Welcome, viewers, to episode 1 of Let's Play .hack Vol.1 Infection. Now, of course, it stands to reason I've beaten this game a couple times. Okay, so without further ado, let's go on and just start up a new game.
Der Mann des Schattens, auf der Suche nach dem Abendrachen, ist noch nicht zurückgekommen. Der Herd der Finsternis grollt. Helva, Königin der Finsternis, stellt schließlich ein Heer auf. Alparon, König des Lichts, grüßt sie, und sie treffen sich am Fuße des Regenbogens. Die verfluchte Welle muss gemeinsam bekämpft werden. Der See von Alba brodelt. Der große Baum des Lichts fällt. Alle Macht zerfällt zu Tropfen im Tempel von Arche Köln. Wesen ohne Schatten, ihre Welt zerfällt zu nichts. Der Mann des Schattens auf der Suche nach dem Abenddrachen kehrt niemals mehr zurück.
Now, for those who are confused, it is actually supposed to be in German there. There is no way to change that if I...
User registration is done. Now for a name.
Bitch, did you just cut me off? Yep, that's right,
Yasuhiko's
viewers.
probably already there waiting for me. I'd better hurry.
That's right, viewers. There's actually voice acting in this game. Alright, so... we can choose our name... we can choose whatever name we want for the username. It's never going to be used. The character name will always be Kite. So, I'm just going to go on and do my moniker. Now, I am actually... I don't know what I'm going to. There we go. Now, I'm actually really excited to get back to Let's Playing, viewers. I mean, it's been, oh god, 5 months since my computer died. Yes. So, welcome, viewers, to the world of .hack. Yasuhiko. Yasuhiko is obviously Kite's friend. This just kind of explains root towns. I'll explain it much more effectively than this. Root towns are basically the central hubs of the games. Now, if you want to read these, you can pause. I'm just trying to get into the main gameplay. Excuse me. Alright. Before I get actually into the main gameplay, I'll go on and talk about these bottom 3 stuff as well. Accessories is your background. Right now we've just got the first original 3. Audio is background music. And movie mode. You cannot watch any movies until you have completed whatever game it's from. And data is, well, just that. It's saved. So, let's get into the world. Or we can just hit the board first. Now, I'll linger a little bit longer on these than what I normally do in my usual playthroughs. Just that way you'll have a chance to read it. Usually I just go... There was extra. Usually I just go in and out really quickly and not bother reading any of it because it's useless to me. It's just all of this stuff, since we just started out, is just basic gameplay shit. And a lot of it is really not used. The elemental stuff, yeah, that's used. Armor stuff, yeah, that's used later on as well. But for now, you really don't have to worry about elemental affinities. Ah, here's something kind of important. The statues. These are, well, when you get to the bottom of most dungeons, you get items, basically. And some of these statues can only be obtained, if you notice, time on that very bottom one by player named Nog is 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Some statues are actually hinging on how fast you can get to them. A lot of these, the first place will always be Balmung. Sorry, didn't mean to. I just accidentally fell back into my habit there. Yes, I know this is rather boring, viewers, but for the time being, excuse me. For the time being, I will leave these in. If later on y'all don't want to see me flip through these, then I'll do my usual stuff. Grunties, you don't have to worry about at the moment either. Grunties are basically your mounts in this game, but you can't get them until the second half of Disc 1, which is the second half of the first game. So pretty much you don't have to really worry about grunties. Now, golden and silver axes are what are called basically trade items. There are certain items in this game that people will only trade their items for a certain number of that one particular item. And that is kind of important to know if you want to get some super good equipment. I will be doing the grinding for those items off screen. This right here just kind of explains the elemental hits. Their elemental hits are kind of like critical hits, only they do slightly more and happen a little bit more often. That's just something to keep in mind. I generally, unless I'm fighting a extremely tough enemy, I generally just ignore elemental hits. It doesn't really matter to me. So let's actually get into the game.
Hey, you made it.
How you doing, Orca?
Hey, it's me, Orca, the Blade Master.
The Blade Master.
Wow!
Orca
You look so
is
different
also
from the real
known as
Yasuhiko.
Orca of the
Nothing like
Azure
the real
Sea.
you.
For those who want to know how he got that nickname, you're gonna have to read one of the mangas.
Hey,
I think.
in this game, I'm Orca. Regardless of what I am in reality, I'm pretty well known here.
But if y'all couldn't guess, Orca is Kite's friend.
What?
Yasuhiko.
No, you look great.
Anyway, take this.
And he gives us his member
address is the flash mail address you can only access in the world. With flash mail, you can exchange messages with others in real time, as long as you are
pretty
in
much.
the world. It's mostly used by newbies to contact other players to form a party. Try it out by inviting me to join your party. First, press the triangle button to open the menu.
Now, this right here, I've watched a couple people's Let's Play on this, and they always make mention that it's breaking the fourth wall. But what they tend to forget is in the .hack anime, they actually are using controllers along with the VR headset. So how do we know that the triangle button isn't actually on that controller, and it's not breaking the fourth wall at all?
In the menu, select Party. Next, names of players.
Yeah, Orca is level 50.
Choose a player you want to invite to your party, and send a flash mail. Since you just started, you probably only have my member address.
Well, no shit.
Now, press the X button twice to send a flash mail to me.
And there we go.
Got it. Join my party. It's kind of weird mailing each other when we're face to face.
Alright, so we've got Orca in our party.
My name appears under your screen. That means I'm in your party.
Now, another thing of note, in this game, you can only have a party of 3. Same goes with the .hack GU games. Now, even though in .hack Roots, which is what GU takes place basically directly after, they say you can have up to a party of 5, for some reason, they only allow 3 in the game. Anyways, let's continue on.
By the way, flash mail is only available when you're in a town.
Really?
Oh, and you can't contact people when they're not logged into the world.
Now, this is one thing that I really gotta hand to the game designers of GU. In this game, and I'll explain
do have
it
a
in
life,
minute.
you know. We're not online 24/7.
Yeah, you see there, in this game, you can't, even if they're online, you can't invite them to your party. It doesn't indicate if they're busy or not.
In other words, you can't always count on the same members to form a party. So, try to get as many member addresses as you can. You'll have more fun that way.
Now, I will be getting every optional character in this game.
Well, how you play is up to you. But since EXP and stuff isn't divided among party members, you really don't benefit if you go solo.
And there's another thing. Unlike a lot of RPG games, if you've got 3 people in your party, your XP won't be divided amongst those 3. So it really, really does not benefit to go solo, like Omar just said.
Well, why don't we head off?
Orca,
There's
sorry.
nothing to worry
I'm tired.
about. I found a perfect place for newbies. This is the Chaos Gate. Sort of transfer device that takes us from one place to another. Now, press the X button. In the world, each play zone is called an area, determined by a combination of 3 keywords. Select New Keyword. This is the...
Okay, basically he's going to tell us how to select keywords. We can only select Burning, Passover, Aquafield.
Oh, one more thing. You see the symbol on the left next to the keyword?
Yeah, you see those symbols on that symbol on the left? That is indicating what server you're in, what root town you are currently in.
That's the server symbol. It indicates which server you are currently logged on to.
For now, we are in Mach Honor.
This symbol is Delta, so we're logged on to the Delta server. The list on the bottom right is the area status list. See the jewel next to the field type and dungeon?
All that stuff on the other side, worthless information. Just ignore it.
That indicates how the selected keyword affects the status. For example, check the field type. See the jewel on the right? This means that the field type is being determined by Aquafield, the keyword in C. We don't know what kind of field the current keyword will create until we get there. But once we learn the effect of that keyword, we can combine it with other keywords effectively.
Now, you see the section under the battle level 1 element is wood. Once again, this stuff is just worthless information. Sure, some enemies will be more wood type, but don't expect all enemies in the field to be wood elemented.
For more details, check out the board on your own time.
We've already checked out the board, bro.
Alright, let's get going to the Delta Bursting Passed Over Aqua Field.
Now, before I port in,
Select Warp.
I'm going to explain my general play style. For me, every other dungeon I go in doing, let's just put it as the special move of the game. For those who have already played the game, you'll already know. For those who haven't, y'all will figure it out what it is very shortly. But every other dungeon, I go through using that one special skill to finish off the enemies. Mostly so I can grind up that skill and get some decent items, but also because, especially in the later games, virus cores are very, very important. I'll get into those later on as well. Now, something else of note, well, actually, I'll just save it until it pops up. So let's just port on in. So, we are in Delta Mak'anu's Burning Passover Aqua Field.
Before we get going, let me explain to you about the camera control.
I already know about the camera controls, but you can go on.
During the game, enemies will attack from all directions. The idea is to adjust your view quickly to see your enemy and grasp the situation. I'll explain more later, but remember, you can only use skills on targets you can see. Basically, if you don't use the camera right, you'll be dead before you know it. First, rotate the camera. Push either the L1 button or the R1 button to move the camera. Good. Next, let's zoom in. You can zoom the camera in or out by using the right analog stick. Yeah,
you can actually zoom it really far out.
Finally, you reset the camera by pushing the R. There you go. Remember, when the battle starts, constantly adjust your camera. Okay,
Right.
And this is the field. It's the lowest level in the area. When you want to return to the town, press the triangle button and select Gate Out. Grassland, wilderness, and jungle are some of the field types. You can set them with keywords. The combination of field type and weather determines the area elements. For example, if it's a grassland and it's raining, that area will be a water element stage. The elements also affect the type of monsters that will appear and the items you can get.
Yeah, that is the only important thing you need to really have note of what element that field is. The items, especially, well, I'll just say it now, the grunty food, which you use to raise up your own grunties, will change depending on what field type it is.
Don't worry about it now. As you get used to it, combine words to get different elements. Now, let's get going on our quest. First, check the map at top right. You see the red down arrow on it? That's the gate to the dungeon. In the dungeon's deepest level, there's a god statue that usually holds a rare item.
Usually try every single fucking time.
Basically, the goal is to reach this statue. But enemies are often tougher down there, so gain some levels above ground before you head below.
Now, this is what I was about to talk about. With my general play style, I will always...
Wait a sec.
Shut up, Orca. I will always clear out the field before going to the dungeon. So, this first time, I'll clear out the field on screen, and then I'm just going to off-screen clearing the field out the rest of the times, because clearing the field out takes a long-ass time. Now, because this is a Let's Play, I also do clear out all of the dungeon portals as well, but one thing of note, because this is a Let's Play, I'm just going to be going to the end of the dungeon and not bother clearing out all the portals, so I will be coming back off-screen to clear out all the portals as well. Just to get that out of the way. This is going to cut down on a lot of time, because especially in the later games, clearing out both the field and dungeon is like a 30-minute task for each field you go to. And he used a Fairy's Orb. Fairy's Orb on the field will show all the portal locations. When used in the dungeon, it will reveal the entire map.
By using the Fairy's Orb, hidden data on the map becomes visible, like this. Yellow areas on the map show magic portals, where you encounter monsters and treasures. Alright, how about we go pick a fight? Head for one of the magic portals.
Now, I'm sure y'all have noticed that slime on the left side of the map. That slime is something we'll deal with in a little bit. As for right now...
By the way, a cursor appears on the target, so that you can check its name and hit points.
We're fighting our first enemy, the
Try
Goblin.
using a basic attack to defeat some monsters.
And as y'all can see, that little symbol next to the Goblin's HP is its elemental affinity. That symbol right there is the affinity for Earth. Right now we don't have any Earth abilities, so we just gotta hack away at it.
You started to get the hang of it, right? Okay, let's try using skills. Press the triangle button to open. Okay then. When the target...
He's just gonna have us use Rep. Rep is the healing spell in this game.
You can target a party member for recovery or remedy skills, and the enemy for attack skills. Remember, you can only apply skills to targets within your view. Before using a skill, adjust the camera so that your target comes into view. Well, you must be sick of me at this point.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
It's your turn to tell me what to do by using chat. Okay, I'll teach you the command to get your members to heal.
Now, generally, I do not use chat commands.
Well,
Generally.
It's good to be the boss, isn't it?
At least not in the first game.
If you use it well, you can bunch up on the enemy, or give separate orders to each party member. When you add new members to the party, try various chat commands to see their effects.
Nope.
That's it for now. Just remember what you learned. Start exploring. When you think you're ready, we'll head for the dungeon.
Now, stuff that he didn't explain, let's go on and go into the status. Every level up you get will always be 1,000 experience. From start to the end of the last game, it will always be that 1,000 experience needed to gain a level. Key items are, at the moment, only classified as two things: event items and grunty food. Other items, we start off with 5 health drinks and 5 antidotes, 5 restoratives, 5 resurrects, which is really nice to have, 5 Mage's Soul, at the moment, useless to me. Fortune Wire is what we use to disarm trap boxes, and of course the Fairy Orbs. We've also got 2 speed charms, which increases our movement speed. We've got no books, treasures, or equipment. So that slime over there is useless for now. Now, Vol.1, being that he's level 50, is going to destroy everything really fast. You cannot throw in any... Basically, I'll go on and come over here, but I'm not going to click on it and show it off because I have no equipment to throw in. But over here is the Spring of Mist. These things you can throw in an equipment, and depending on how high the Spring of Mist level is and what type of field it is, whether it's raining or sunny or a desert, will determine if the item you threw in becomes better or worse. Some items will be too high level for them to do anything, and it will cause them to give you 1 golden and 1 silver axe. Just something to keep in mind. As for right now, I've got no extra equipment, so I can't use that Spring of Mist yet. Keyword here, viewers, yet.
Now we can start exploring the dungeon. One thing you need to remember is that you can't gate out when you're in a dungeon. To gate out and return to the town, you have to go back to the field. The Sprite Ocarina will warp you to the surface, but you can't use it during battle. This is the treasure box, but you knew that, right? You should know that there are two types of treasure boxes, normal and booby-trapped.
Yeah, booby.
This one's normal. Hit the X button to open it.
And so we get a resurrect.
This one's booby-trapped. Notice the different color? Try to open it as is, and you're screwed. Just use the fortune wire on it. This item will disarm the trap.
Now, trap chests, what they do depends on which one you open. Sometimes it'll be an explosion trap or an XP trap where it takes away some XP and forces you to level down.
See? Now it's safe to open. Press the X button to open it.
If you open a trap chest without disarming it, you are guaranteed to get a fortune wire. And we get a spell called Gale Breath. So let's continue onwards. Hey Aura, how you doing? Hey Scythe, how you doing?
What the? Did you just see that?
Yeah.
Wolf.
Was that thing chasing her?
Yeah, but something like that on this level?
We'll find out what the fuck those things were a little bit later on. Actually, significantly later on. Like a very long time later on. Oh boy. Alright, so they went this way. You can actually totally skip this cutscene, but we're not going to. That's it. You come over here, that girl, not here. And so we pick up yet another speed charm. That's all the whole point of coming to that room was. Now, being that this is the first dungeon in the game, it's only going to be this one floor.
Better watch out. We're trapped in here. In the dungeon, there are rooms with traps everywhere. The only way to get out of a trap like this is by activating all the magic portals in the room. All right, let's charge to that magic portal.
And so we get a glimpse into the dungeon battles. When you enter a room with a magic portal in it, it will lock it down and you have to defeat all the enemies in that room. So, let's continue onwards. This is the second and last floor. I'll go on and show off the fairy orb now. If you see, we've got 3 directions we can now go. Left, right, and up. If you see that one on the north side where the blue, by the way, indicates a treasure box. With the treasure box at the end of the room, that indicates the room with the god statue. And then on poison. Perfect time to explain status elements. Poison does as you would expect, it poisons you and deals gradual damage. Curse will do the same as poison, only deal damage to your SP, or special points, I guess. Since we're already at the end of the dungeon, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to bother curing this poison. Got a healing potion, which is nice. Now, occasionally, enemies will actually drop items, but I don't think they do that in this dungeon.
This is the room where the statue is. There's only one of them at the dungeon's deepest level, and you can get rare items from it. That's enough adventure for now. Let's grab the treasure and get back to town, shall we? If we had a Sprite Ocarina, we could warp out of here. But we don't have one.
Now, the reason why they don't give you one is because there's a very important cutscene that you have to see.
So we gotta go back the way we just came.
I've seen what happens if people hack a Sprite Ocarina into your inventory. It'll freeze the game. So we pick up the steel blades, a yellow candy, and another yellow candy. Yellow candies are trade items. The steel blade is obviously a equipable item, but I'm not going to equip it quite yet. And so, cutscene.
Or was the rumor true?
Take this.
Huh?
Please take this. There's no time. Please.
What's this?
A great force. The power it holds can bring forth either salvation or destruction at the whim of the user. It's coming.
Run! It'll kill you! What the hell? What is this? Something wrong! Nothing works! It wasn't supposed to be this way. I'm sorry. Get out of here!
And so we've been teleported out. System error. Well, game over. We lose.
What was wrong with Yasuhiko? Why was he upset? I wanted to ask him, but he wouldn't even pick up the phone. And then, the next day, I found out that Yasuhiko had been hospitalized. I rushed to the hospital, but they wouldn't even let me see him. But I guess it's better this way. I didn't want to see him all week. And he wouldn't want that either. But what the hell happened to him? I have a feeling that the key to it is somewhere in the world.
And so, viewers, this brings an end to the first episode of Let's Play .hack Vol.1 infection. We'll see y'all very soon. Cheers.